Hello students. Yesterday we have studied about the revolutionary activities which were spread in Europe, and the most important revolutionary in that time was Giuseppe Mazzini of Italy, who has spread the idea of revolution or the freedom or the democracy all over the Europe. And the Duke had already said that Duke Metternich, he has remarked about Giuseppe Mazzini that when France sneezes, the rest of the Europe catches cold. So this was the slogan said that whatever upheaval takes place in France, the whole world is affected by the upheaval which has taken place in the France. So today we will study about the romantic imagination of national feelings. The development of nationalism in Europe did not came about only through wars and revolution or territorial expansion, but culture also played an important role in creating the idea of nation. Art, poetry, folk stories, folk songs, and music also played an important role to express and shape national feelings. Romanticism is a cultural movement which sought to develop a particular form of nationalist sentiments. Romantic artists and poets generally criticized the glorification of religion and science and focused on emotions, intuitions, and mystical feelings. Their effort was to create a sense of shared collective heritage, a common cultural past as a basis of nation. There was one important philosopher, the German philosopher Johann Gottfried Herder, claimed that the true German culture was to be discovered among the common people called Das Volk. He said that true spirit of nation can be popularized through folk songs, folk poetry, and folk dances. So, collecting and recording these forms of folk culture was essential to the project of nation building. So not only by the revolution or by the war, nationalist feeling can be developed, but with the culture, with the language, with music and folk tales, they can also help to develop the feeling of the nationalism in Europe. And another important thing was the language. The vernacular language and local folk lore played important role in carrying modern nationalist messages to large audience in case of Poland. Poland was partitioned at the end of the 18th century by the great powers Russia, Prussia and Austria. Poland no longer existed as an independent territory, but the national feeling was kept alive through music and their local language. Nationalist sentiments were also developed through language. After Russia occupation in Poland, the Polish language was forced out of schools and Russian language was imposed everywhere. In 1831, an armed rebellion against Russian rule broke out, which was ultimately crushed by Russian forces. Following this, many members of clergy in Poland began to use language as a weapon of national resistance. Polish language was used in churches, gatherings, and all other religious institutions. As a result, a large number of priests and bishops, these are the religious heads, were put in jail or sent to Siberia by Russian authorities as a punishment for their refusal to preach Russian. So, the use of Polish language of Poland's people came to be seen as a symbol of the struggle against Russian dominance. Similarly, the Grimm brothers in Germany also saw French domination as a threat to German culture and believed that the folk tales they had collected were the expressions of a pure and authentic German spirit. They considered their projects of collecting folk tales and developing the German language as part of the wider effort to oppose French domination and create a German national identity. So, with this, we can say or we can conclude that the feeling of nationalism, oneness, and unity did not come only through revolutions, wars, or conflicts, but the vernacular languages, the culture, music, folk songs, and folk tales are most important, which played an important role uniting the people of Europe. Thank you.